All right, here we go. Wake
Wake
up!
up!
Happy Wednesday, happy hump day, mother lovers,
Good
wherever you
morning,
are.
everyone.
Good
Happy,
morning.
happy, happy Wednesday. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? Fresh and cute and delicious?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. How does it
You've
get
got
even better?
the what do you call it? The yin yang pearl necklace.
I do.
The
I
yin
do.
yang of
This is
pearls and the
actually,
fedora.
actually, can I make a shout out? Actually, I want to shout out. Do you have the ability to tag somebody on the Instagram comments?
Uh Not really, but we can send it to them after.
Okay, I will. So there's this incredible artist here in San Angel, and the name of the brand is called Naab, Naab, and it's a mother-daughter team, and both of their names are oh, Jose Maria. So I call them Jose Maria 1 and Jose Maria 2. And every single one of their pieces, you see these beads actually, not the silver ones, but these are actually clay.
Oh wow.
And they are handmade and they're created by these women in villages in Oaxaca, actually. And so they're handmade, hand fired, hand whatever, and then they create these cool designs with the silver. And I met them at this amazing place in San Angel, and I fell in love with them, and I was like, I want everything here. Really, I fell in love with the story, but
Yeah.
the energy of the necklace is like really super special. And so
It's
it's called
awesome.
Naab,
Yes.
Naab Jewelry, and they're freaking awesome. And
Beautiful.
thanks for asking. Yeah,
Yes. So if you're just joining,
yeah.
we're talking about this amazing.
Talking about art and
Yes.
jewelry in Mexico.
But really, we're talking about and waking up to your potential and
That's right.
creating the greatest you possible. I've really been so connected to how much life is a co-creationship, and that
Yes.
all that's missing for us to literally blow the roof off of all the lies and bullshit we tell ourselves that keep us small and stuck and not living our full truth and self-expression is is asking, right? And
Yeah.
co-creating, right? So
Right.
and also tapping in through vulnerability and listening. We've been talking a lot about vulnerability this week and the power of that as we approach the Renaissance Men workshop tonight.
Yes. Vamos.
So
Let's
excited.
go. Let's
Uh,
go. Yeah, Ben, it's so beautiful too. You just said something that I connected. And what if our vulnerability was also connected to our intuition,
mm, well, I
right?
think they are connected, right? If you've got to be vulnerable to listen to yourself and be willing to trust your
That's right.
intuition, right?
Right. To have that connection to your empathic sense, which really also connects you to others, right? So often when we're vulnerable, think about the space that we create for other people, right? In
Mm.
that vulnerability, we give others permission to also express and be them as well. We also give others permission in the space for them to open their heart too. So, wow, I never ever put those two together. So, thank you for that.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Well, thank you. And if you're new to this amazing face that is Daniel Tuttle in the fedora, one of the people I've been working with, and I'm so excited to be leading this workshop tonight for the men, the Renaissance Men workshop, is that Daniel's really helped me tap into my intuition and believe in myself even more and take the lid off what's possible. So to get to do this together tonight with all these incredible guys who are just willing to have the courage is so special. So I just want to say, like, this is a gift,
Yes.
and Daniel's awesome. So if you haven't experienced him in your life, here we are.
And for those of you on my side who are just turning in and learning about Ben, Ben also is someone who came into my life via his wife with an incredible openness and vulnerability that I was really immediately inspired by. And the work that Ben does with men is something that was always a limitation for me. I always had these I'm going to say these points of views and these beliefs about working with men, and that I didn't have many men in my practice. And I realized it was really how I felt about being a man and
Mm.
the energy that was around, let's say, I don't want to call it abuse, but like bullying and all that shit that I put up with, that I kind of put a wall up to men. And Ben was really the catalyst for being like, let's create a new dialogue around this. Let's create it. Ah, Martha's here. Buenos
Yes.
dias, Martha. Hello, gorgeous. Talk about a woman who knows men.
Yes.
She is one hot Mexican. I hate to even put her in a box by saying she's Mexican, but she's so awesome in every single
Mm.
way and so inspiring.
We're
And
so
I'm
grateful to have you here this morning. Wow, I'm honored.
so grateful. So
Yes.
grateful. So
And
wait.
my cousin Andrew is here, who's an incredible artist as well.
Uh-huh.
So I want to say hi to him. And we just had this incredible comment show up from Mike Drop. So wait, vulnerable and man is okay?
So good, Mike. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't
and
know.
what's
Is that?
funny, Mike, is that we have all these great, we have women who still want to come to this workshop, and men are still
Yeah.
like, I don't know. And I realize that even with my own friends are not signing up for this thing because we have just been trained as men that it's not comfortable and not safe to get into a space together. And this
Right.
isn't even in person, right? This is on Zoom, and we're offering healing and meditation and Q&A and
But it's
leading the.
okay. Wait. Hold on. Wait a second, Ben. But it's okay for us to get together and watch football games. It's
Oh, right.
okay for us to get together and, play poker or to drink or talk about chicks or whatever, right? Or even with the
Yeah.
gays, it's okay to get together and, party on the dance floor and whatever. But no, this is a different conversation. This is a different way of hanging out. All right, guys?
It's true.
This is a
This is
way
what
of.
takes a real man.
Exactly. It's a being. It's a beingness. It's an openness, and it's a space, and it's a space for everyone, you know?
It really is.
By the way, can I just give you and that awesome bloke that you had on your show on Monday, what was his name?
Kenyon Phillips.
Kenyon Phillips.
The Kenyon Phillips.
The
Yes.
Kenyon Phillips. What a
Yeah.
fantastic conversation. If you guys haven't listened to that, I highly recommend going back and listening to it from Monday. Kenyon was really, really inspiring and just really so beautiful. Maybe he would like to come to Renaissance Men.
Yeah, I'm going to ask him. He's having a baby in like 13 days and he has a toddler right now. So
Yeah.
I'm going to but see what's possible, right? For those men who feel like they can't show up with children, right?
Right.
There's men like, God forbid, we could ask for help and ask our partners like, hey, would you be willing to support me for an hour and a half to go do this thing? Like, I know it's a lot to be with the kids and all, but
Right.
what if your partner heard you say, I'm sorry, I want to go work on myself. Finally, it's like the greatest gift you could give them. So why not
Yeah.
ask for what you want and ask to be supported and give your partner the permission to say yes or no. Like
Yeah.
they're big people too. Like you could
Yeah.
actually ask them and let them choose for you before you decide and take it off the table for yourself. Like how many times in your life is there something you want, but even the idea, if you think you're not going to be met with the response you want, so you just don't ask.
Right.
It's easier not to ask.
It's kind of a metaphor for life.
Yeah.
Whether it's your wife or your boss or the Starbucks person.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Sorry, this is not right. I mean, why do we have such a problem speaking up? It's really connected to that vulnerability, right?
I
It's
think
that
so.
space of being denied or saying that we're wrong or
Mm.
or being told no. And so what's the worst part about saying no? What's the worst part about somebody saying no to you? What's the worst part about somebody rejecting you?
Mm.
Right? Are we willing to be so vulnerable that who fucking cares?
Absolutely.
Go ahead, receive it. Allow people to be the space of saying no to you. Allow it.
Mm.
And instead of making it a point of resistance or a point of oh my God, I nobody tells me no.
Yeah.
That's impossible. Nobody tells me no. I can't even. Instead, I'm just not even going to ask.
Mm.
How often have we done that in our lives?
Yeah.
By the way, I am the first to tell you that is definitely one of the things that stops me.
Mm.
I remember, back in the days, Ben, when we were deep into our acting, when I was deep into my acting career, and everybody would be like, I don't understand why you don't just, and I worked in like really nice restaurants where all the big producers would come,
Uh,
and everybody would be like, I don't understand why you just don't give them your headshot and resume and say, hey, I'd really like to work with you. And I was like, dude, it really doesn't work like that. But now I look back and say, honestly, you know what? Why didn't I?
yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah. Yeah.
You
I
know?
coached a client to do that recently. He was writing a new, he was writing a pilot, and he was like, I can't call agents. And I said, why not? No one else does it. He called this guy, and the guy said, actually, I'm so impressed that you had the balls. By the way, this is definitely not how you do things. But
Right.
then the agent went on to give him all this great advice because he was so impressed that he actually had the courage to pick up the phone and call him. So you
That's
never
so
know
beautiful.
what you can create.
Yeah.
And so why would men need a workshop or want to be part of something like this? Why would we have a workshop for Renaissance men in this modern day and age
Without women.
without women?
Ooh.
Whoa.
Ooh. Right? It's really just I mean, for me, it's like such a wonderful. I know some of the people that I've invited have been like, wow, thank you. Like
Hmm.
nobody thought to do this.
Yeah.
Nobody thought to have this conversation about creating a different dialogue about what it means to be a man.
Yeah.
And I love that you mentioned the whole kid thing because Isaac is 2.5 now, and Isaac he's not my biological son, but he's the closest thing I have to a son. And he's like, I love this kid so much. He's like my heart and soul.
Hmm.
And I look at him and he's so rogue, right? He has two awesome, badass mothers, and he's rogue, and he's like, he doesn't give a fuck, you
Yeah.
know? And I love that about this kid. And I just every time I'm with him and I'm playing with him and I see him interact with other kids, I think, God, I want some of that, you know?
Hmm.
And what can happen? What can I do? What can we do to protect that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What can we do to protect that so that he has that vibrancy, that buoyancy for life,
Hmm.
and that he knows that it's all good.
Yeah.
That
And that
who
he's
he is so
loved.
awesome. Beyond loved. Are you kidding? This kid is like, he walks into a room and everybody wants to throw themselves at him. You know?
But where is that in us? Like then we grow up and then we're like, oh, we can't be great. We can't be like loved like a child. We can't ask for what we want like that. We can't really reach for something. We can't, walk outside the lines. And God forbid we let someone see our true feelings or open our heart.
Yeah.
And we don't. And one of the reasons why we were creating this just for men is only because mostly women do have safe spaces and permission to walk down the street in our
To be
not
vulnerable.
everywhere in the world around here hand
I
in
was gonna
hand,
say,
right?
yeah.
But there's still like we've talked about this before, like the fact that if young boys hold hands, there's still some like there's this thing that we make wrong, or when men show affection. I just posted this thing about guys just like running up and hugging each other because to start to ask how you're doing and open the space and learn from each other. So we created this workshop where men who may or may not know each other get to intimately start to see like what are the lies you're telling yourself about
Right.
what you're not allowed to be because you think you have to A, B, and C, and
Right.
the guys that still feel this pressure to have to provide in order to feel validation or love.
Yeah.
And your partners or future partners or exes, all they're trying to get you to do is to open your heart a little bit more. It's
Yes.
there's nothing out there that's going to solve this, but we can create it together. And that's what's so powerful about these conversations, I think.
Yeah. And also, I would love to know too, how I always find it really interesting the female perspective on men, whether it be with their partners or whether it's on their friends or whatever. I know, I would say probably 90% of my friends are women, right? And 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 they adore me. We adore each other. We have this great relationship. I talk, blah, blah, blah. But every once in a while, they'll be like, you're such a guy. You may be like, gay and fabulous and this and that, but you're such a guy. And I always ask them, like, what do you mean by that? And they're like, well, never return phone calls, or you're hard to get on the phone, or blah, 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 blah. and or you always want to fix something. So,
That's
you
great.
know, I think it's really this female perspective of also, hey, these are some of the things that we observe about you.
Mm.
These are the things that we're aware of. And what would that be like for us to also learn a little bit more about that? What would it take for us to learn a little bit more about where we are, let's say, being men as with the status quo or with
Hmm.
the whatever, and what could we do to change that too, or not even to change it but just to transform it, to evolve it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm still working on that too. Like I have a friend, like we love to kiss each other on the cheek, and I still get weird about it sometimes, even though like, I think all people are beautiful, and but it's this programming I have from my past. Right? Even
Sure.
if we want to kiss each other on the mouth, which is like inevitably I'd love to be able to do that with men and it not like feel like this charged thing.
Right.
Uh and like they do in Greece, right? Or
Sure.
there's some
Even
countries
some
I've been
Arab countries,
to.
actually.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so fucking beautiful. The
Right.
way these men are able to be together. I remember as a young boy being like, oh, "Are they gay?" And because I grew up in the South, and that was something I had to worry about. And mostly because I was terrified that I was going to be gay. That
Of course.
because I was so sensitive and I did not fit in the box I was presented. And thank God
Yeah.
I had a father that had the courage to come out late in life to see. And then I would ask him, he's like, it's okay. Like, I don't think you're gay, but it's all good, whatever you are. Like,
Right.
but by the way, you don't have to figure it out. Like,
Right.
what if you just be yourself
That's right.
and then you let it out from there? Because I was so freaked out. And as we are, as adolescents, or teenagers, and we're trying to find where we fit in. And what's
Right.
so amazing about kids now, I'm saying, is that you like gender and race and all these things are constructs for them, and
Yeah.
sexuality, like they can create their own sexuality if you want to. And some
That's
people
right.
that bothers, but that's what the truth. I mean, look at that if that bothers you, right? Like probably it's challenging your own boxes or your own beliefs, and that actually children could now grow up and be whoever they are and really finally be themselves, like all these
Right.
things that we adults are trying to do, where we're trying to get to the job and have a certain amount of money and partnership and safety and house and all these things, and
Right.
kids, so that we'll feel secure, and
I
so
wonder
that we
what
can
would
finally be ourselves, right?
Yeah, exactly. I wonder actually, Ben, what would happen? And we talk a lot about this in access consciousness. And for those of you who don't know what access consciousness is, it's essentially just a body of tools to create a greater awareness and to create a greater reality for you that really opens you up to the power of choice.
Mm.
Okay. And one of the things we talk a lot about in access is what would it what would our lives be like if we weren't defined by sexuality?
Mm.
What if we didn't have any definition of what is in this I box? I am man, I am woman, I am gay, I am straight, I am this, I am black, I am white, I am. We are creating all of these boundaries and these borders
Mm.
based on this I am statement, right? And
Mm.
what if that I am statement was I am me? And I am
Wow.
me, and me being me allows for everybody else to be inspired to also be them, right? Then think about it. If every single one of us was truly being me, being us, would we really go around giving a shit if some guys were like kissing each other on the cheek? Imagine if in a big World Cup soccer match, like two guys ran up to each other and kissed each other. Oh my God, yeah, you're so amazing. Mwah! And it had no meaning
Yeah.
other than I'm expressing that I'm excited or that I care about you or I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
We
Wow.
we see something and we immediately find a judgment to it.
Yes. Yeah. So where are we not feeling safe to show our true affection and really for ourselves? And what
Hmm.
I see so much in men today, mostly in
Hmm.
men, and I'm still trying to uncovering why, is this like not having the tools to really love ourselves, like looking to those other feminine person, like no matter what the gender is, but like some kind of that to help take care of ourselves and nurture us. And
Yeah.
I broke so many women's hearts because I showed up in these relationships like great, but empty and looking to them to fill something, and it just drowned them and it took them hostage. It wasn't fair, and
Yeah.
they all they wanted was for me to take care of myself, and I just didn't know how at the time. And so
Sure.
to create more spaces for us to learn to take care of ourselves and to learn from each other and ask, other men, like, what do you do to take care of yourself? Who do you talk to when your relationship isn't going well, or when you're
Right.
lonely, during a pandemic, like trying to find a relationship, like who are you connecting? How are you having human connection day to day? And so tonight we're going to really get to do all of that
Yes.
together and every day. Like you can go do that with a friend right now. It doesn't have
Yeah.
to be in a workshop, but we are we are doing this amazing workshop tonight, which I'm
And
firing up on
also,
the screen here.
yeah, Ben, let's also really, really invite them to greater possibilities. And, I know a lot of people are probably watching this thinking, oh, you're just telling me right now it's tonight. I have stuff to do tonight. I can't, but I would like to. Well, we want you to know that this is an ongoing effort. This is an ongoing cause that Ben and I are both committed to. And if you can't make it tonight, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. You can come next time. No problem. We feel your energy. We appreciate your just having the desire is something that creates the change.
And if this resonates, anything we're talking about, let us know if you have questions about this or you would just like to talk more. Maybe you don't feel safe or you're looking for spaces to connect. You can send either of us a message.
Yeah.
If you're, I'm going to put this flyer up for us. So if you're on Instagram, you can see this real quick. It's on my Instagram too. But
Hmm.
I'm just so excited about this workshop. So tonight, is it the last day of November, right? Of Scorpio?
Today's the first day of December, but it is the last day of the lunar sign of Scorpio, right?
Right,
So
right, right.
the tomorrow night, Friday night. Well, this is Thursday. Really,
December.
really, yeah, exactly. Um, Friday evening is the new moon, which will enter into the sign of Sagittarius.
Yes.
And so it's like a really powerful energy and it's really
Yeah.
exciting. So
Yeah.
it's a
And
great
speaking
time.
of Broadway, I was telling everyone this great dream I had about Daniel and Broadway the other night. The Critter is
Go
here, and I
ahead.
met Critter on Broadway in this hilarious, weird, wild Western experimental musical
Uh huh.
called the Orange Star Dinner Show, where I played a gay Southern cowboy.
Ah, that's
Of
hot.
course.
I love it.
And it was so fun.
That sounds
And then
like
the awareness
fun.
space too. Owen has an amazing podcast about mental health, and he's such a
Awesome.
special dude. So all of
Very
you
cool.
guys, we have this Renaissance Men workshop tonight. You are all Renaissance men, and we would love to have you if you're available and free. It's at 8 p.m.
Yes.
It's in all of our bios, and if there's any men or friends you'd like to join, please reach out. If money is an issue, please reach out. Mostly, we just really want to create this awesome space, and we're gonna do some
Yes.
serious, fun, powerful, transformational stuff with the dudes tonight. So, ladies, if your men are bored, you want to say, "Oh yeah, you want to prove your balls? Here you go, sign up for this." Um,
I love it.
you want to put your men in something. This is a great space for us
It's
to
a great
start,
space. Totally.
and we're just delighted. Thank you all so much for joining us, wherever you are, whoever you
Yes.
are, and we'd love to hear what resonated today.
Yes, please. Guys, thank you so much. We really, really appreciate the contribution that you be,
Mm.
and we look forward to next Wednesday for this week. Have an amazing week full of magic and miracles and possibilities and free of judgment.
Yes,
Stop fucking judging yourself.
please,
God, who
please
cares? How does it
let
get
it
any
go.
better?
Be you.
Exactly. Ben, as always, it's a joy, a pleasure, and a blessing and an honor to spend time with you always.
Oh,
So thank
thank
you.
you. The feeling is mutual.
Thank
So
you.
grateful.
Thank you.